Title of this podcast is Stop Giving the Personal Mind Challenges or Problems to Solve. The reason you stop doing that, because the personal mind is only in it for itself. It's not concerned with you being peaceful or you being happy or filled with joy or being connected and loving to anyone. It's only out for itself, and it gives horrible advice. And if you take the advice, it won't be there to support you. It will just help you dig a deeper hole. And so I've learned this time and time again in my life that for me to be happy, for me to be peaceful, I need to first accept what's in front of me, the reality of the situation, which can be in the form of people or however life unfolds, to accept it. If there's anything that is causing inner turmoil, to let that go. And then what's left is a clearing to where I can deploy my cognitive abilities to try to problem solve and try to make the situation better, if that is an option. But that act and that behavior is going to be informed from a place of peace and well-being, which is what I want. Whereas on the other hand, if you go to the personal mind to solve it, it just makes a mess of everything. Take, for example, that there's something in your relationship that you want to address. What most people do is they go into that situation wanting their partner to be different so they'll be okay inside. Well, why do you need your partner to be a certain way for you to be okay inside? That's an inside job. What you want is not to need your partner to do anything and you're okay. But let's say that you do, and you give this job to the personal mind. The personal mind is going to be looking for reasons why this other person is not doing what they should be doing. It's going to be in the form of blame, or it's going to be projecting guilt, and or it's going to be shaming the person into doing what you want them to do. Whatever the case is, these are all forms of exerting control over a person or trying to manipulate them in such a way that they'll do what you want them to do or you need them to do so that you're okay. And that is certainly one way to do it, but all it's going to do is result in more suffering for you, because you're going to be monitoring their behavior, watching what they're doing that you think is not helpful, doesn't help bring you more peace, is not contributing to whatever the goal is that you have for them or the goal for your business or whatever the case may be. They're not doing it the way that you think they should be doing it. But who's the one that's suffering? You, for sure. And if you go to them with this, it's likely that you're hitting their stuff and causing them suffering as well. But if you can work on not needing them to be a certain way in the first place, and then if you and get there first, so that if you choose to have a conversation with them about it, and they choose not to take action or change, then you're not attached to the outcome and you're okay regardless. And so that's a way that you can certainly win. You'd like to create a win-win, but the other person might not be interested in it, or they might define a win-win very differently than you do. So you want to really let go of getting the personal mind involved in anything. It gives just horrible, horrible advice. Most recently, I had a situation in the workplace and which there was an opportunity for me to assume a different role and work with a different department. And it would be an elevated role. Well, the leaders, one of the leaders didn't think that I was ready for that, or I had the experience to do it, whatever the reason is. Without even telling my personal mind to go to work on trying to solve this problem, it did anyway, because it doesn't wait for an invitation. It just starts running. That's its default behavior. And the next thing you know, I'm mildly irritated by this whole thing. And it's very cunning, very seductive. So my mind is trying to figure out, how do we influence this? Maybe we appeal to the other people with logic. Well, if I do the work, why am I not there? at these meetings, what's the problem with the title? Like, I don't get what the resistance is of this. We talk about we want innovation, we want to do things differently. Here's an opportunity to do so, but you're resistant to it. You're stuck in, oh, well, it's laid out this incredible argument, and it does it fast. But the whole while, I'm left suffering internally. I've been caught up in this stream of obsessive thinking, and I'm missing out on these present moment experiences all the while. And then I noticed that I'm suffering here. Like, that's got to stop. So how do I stop it? I tell myself this is a challenge that the personal mind can't solve. Like, and I am not going to use my resources to try to control something that is out of my control. I've had one conversation about it. I'm not going to have three, four, five. I'm just going to let it go and accept what is and do the work. As my friend Rick says, none of it matters and it's all going away. And I'm just going to let this go and just continue to do good work. And that's the conscious self, who I really am, that has let the whims and the conversation of the personal mind with all its needs just let all of that pass me by, to relax behind it, and it will simmer down. And then I'm back in the driver's seat talking about, what did I say I wanted? I said, I want peace. And if you want peace, you take the road that leads to peace. And that it's not one that the driver on that road is the personal mind that is trying to solve the problems of my personal psyche. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to do something very different. And what I want to do is, just like I said, accept the reality of the situation and just do good work. And if I do that and not worry about the titles, not worried about getting credit, not worried about doing it the way that I think it has to be done for it to, result in the best possible outcome, let all that go and just do what's right in front of me and keep the main thing, which is working on me, and doing this other work becomes secondary. But if I work on me, I increase the likelihood of the secondary thing being more successful. And so that's where I am. So whether you're in a relationship that your personal mind is running the show, or if it's a workplace experience, or it's something that's happening internally, don't use your personal mind to help you solve this problem. Let go of all that. Just work on yourself. And if there's a solution, your consciousness will lead you to the solution, and it will inform the behavior that you take. And how do you know if it's the conscious mind that's doing it? You're peaceful inside every step of the way.